Welcome to the Wisdom Channel. Bring love to the playground with me, Lisa Eve. I'm so glad you're here. In each episode, we'll go deep and we go real. We talk about healing, self-love, spiritual growth, and finding your way back to joy. Because life is meant to feel lighter than this. So settle in, take a breath, and let's play. Hi everybody, I'm Lisa Eve and welcome back to the Wisdom Channel, where I and we as a collective bring love to the playground. And today's episode, we're going to talk about gratitude and what it is and what it is not. And I am going to start this episode, as I do all my episodes, with our hand on heart exercise. So just take your hand and put it over your heart. And we're going to take a few deep breaths here to ground us into our bodies. So just close your eyes gently and take inhales through your nose and exhales through your mouth. And we're going to do this 5 times. And when you're ready, open your eyes. And I just wanted to let you know that however you do this exercise, when your eyes are closed, like if your mind is wandering, that's okay. It's just an opportunity for you to get present with yourself and your heart, which is connected with your intuition. And when your heart feels out of it, or you feel pain in your heart, or you know that something just isn't right, you'll know pretty quickly, right? You usually know when something goes against your heart, when you're feeling like this person broke your heart, whoever that person might be. And we have an opportunity to listen to ourselves more deeply when we are present with our hearts. And that's also why I like to do this exercise, especially at the start of every episode, because I'm grounded then in my body and I'm able to be a more clear presence with you and all the messages that I want to bring through for you. So also, as you may notice from some of my past episodes, I talk a lot. And this is just a way for me to settle myself and make sure that the information that is coming through is from my heart space and it's not diluted with thoughts from my mind. And so anytime you're getting ready to do a big presentation, you may also want to do this exercise where before you go on stage or before you have a big meeting, you may want to just put your hand on your heart and breathe. And you can just focus on the breaths. So you would just close your eyes and inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And the reason why I always like to exhale through the mouth is because you get a bigger release through the mouth, right? Especially also if you like to be audible with your sighs. So if you're having a big meeting or a big presentation, you're feeling nervous, you're going to want to get all of that stuff that you're feeling out through your mouth, like out of your body, out through your mouth, because just think about it. When you're inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your nose, there's a different container of air that goes in and that goes out. So when you exhale through your mouth, you just are giving your body like a bigger release. Okay? So moving on from that, we're going to start talking about gratitude and what it means to be alive on this earth and have gratitude for our lives because, well, if you have had a life like mine, you may be feeling a bit tiresome right now. And how do we get through these days and these weeks? And even if you haven't had a life like mine, the energies of the planet are constantly changing. And so you may be feeling the ebbs and flows that are existing in the world at different stages of your life. And how do we actually have the presence and the gratitude throughout our entire existence and life on Earth? And this is what I want to talk about with you today. Because life doesn't feel easy at the entire step, like all the steps of the journey. All the steps of the journey have their different lessons. And so wherever you are on your path in your evolution, you might be feeling a bit challenged. And you may even feel challenged much of the time. When we're kids, we just want to play. We want to run around. We want to be free. We are free. We are different when we are children than when we are adults and adulting, right? So wherever you are on the journey, how can we have gratitude for every little thing that we are experiencing? And one of the ways that I start my day is that when I wake up, and this is not for a bathroom break, because when you get older, you might have to get up in the middle of the night and pee. And I'm not talking about when you wake up from this, when you're like in the morning, when your body is ready to get up and go. When I am waking up in the morning, I keep my eyes closed and I smile. Some of you might not want to smile. Maybe some of you want to hit the alarm, the snooze button, or keep sleeping. And if you can, please do that. Like if you have the availability that you can sleep in, please honor your body by doing that. Now, when I wake up, that first like coming back into my body space. So when I'm sleeping, I'm often dreaming and I have many vivid dreams. So when I wake up, I'm usually coming back into my body is what it feels like. And like my spirit, my team, my energetic team, we're all like, we come back into one and we're waking up on Earth. And I smile. I smile because I feel like, well, first of all, I feel gratitude. I woke up. I could have stayed asleep. I could have stayed asleep and not woken up on Earth today. And instead, I woke up and I am alive in a human body. So I smile. The other thing is I smile because if you will notice, and you can try this, just close your eyes for a moment and smile. It can be closed mouth or teeth. Just feel your body when you're smiling. Something might open for you. You might feel some peace. And I don't remember the first time this happened. I just started doing this, I think, a few years ago or something. And I just noticed that when I'm smiling, I feel more relaxed. So when I wake up in the morning, I smile. It's an act of gratitude. I'm alive. I woke up. And it's also like my nervous system, my body feels happy. Yay, we're here. And then the next thing I may say is, thank you. Thank you, I woke up. I smile. Thank you, I woke up. It's a small way to set your day. It is so small, right? But we often just get up in a hurry. Oh, I gotta get into the shower, or I gotta get ready. I gotta run out the door. And we don't take even a minute, really, to stay with ourselves when we wake up. So this is a small exercise you can do, and you don't even have to call it an exercise, because some people might feel an aversion to an exercise or the word exercise. So I would just say that you wake up, you're back in your body, you're present, you know where you are, you're in your bedroom or you're wherever. Maybe you're even on a plane and you took a nap, right? And you're landing, you're getting ready to land. Ooh, even that's even better. You woke up and you're getting ready to land and you're going to go on this fun journey wherever you're going. Let's just say it's not even a fun journey. Let's say you're flying somewhere because someone in your life has passed on, and you're going to something that's sad. Even so, even if you're experiencing something sad in your life, just smile, say thank you. Let's reset our bodies when we wake up, when we're present in our bodies, so that we can have gratitude for whatever comes next. And what may come next? Now, again, as I started at the top of the show, talking about, well, we might have challenges in our lives. Yes, I think all of us have challenges in our lives, because that's how we evolve and grow. And how do we get through those difficult moments, though? How? We breathe. We take our time and we breathe. Like if you're in an argument with somebody, take a moment. A lot of times we just want to go all fire blazing. But you just need to take a breath, because your nervous system is all activated and it can challenge you a bit. Have you ever noticed when you're in an argument with somebody? Now, let's say you don't live with them, okay, and you're having this argument. You go to sleep, you might go to sleep angry, but when you wake up, time has changed. Your feelings have settled a little bit. You have a little bit more clarity also about what you want to say next. And so this, again, breathing in the middle of your day, in the middle of your challenges, will help you to re-stabilize yourself so that you can continue moving forward on your path with gratitude. Now, in the moment of an argument, you might not be feeling gratitude towards the person that you are speaking with. And the thing is, and how gratitude can work in all areas of our lives, is by seeing how whatever challenges we have is an opportunity for us to grow and change course. So if we don't like how something is going, seeing this in our faces, right? Like we're not feeling it. We're not enjoying the experience. That is showing us, yay, how we want to change course. Gratitude is a way to say, thank you for showing me this so that I can move on in a different direction. Gratitude for the big things and the small things, it comes together in unison to help us evolve and show us the way on our paths. And so this is how I encourage you to have gratitude for the things that don't align or resonate for you. Because let's say you have a figure in your life, maybe in your family, that you don't get along with, and you've often wondered why. So I wrote a book titled The Love Channel, Finding Your Way to Happiness. And in it, I talk about how we choose our parents, we choose our families in this lifetime. And for a lot of us, that may feel very challenging to feel like we are responsible for the experiences that we have with our families. And it also teaches us to learn and respect ourselves greater than, let's say, if we chose a quote unquote easy life. Okay. Now, everybody chooses a path that will help them to grow. So whoever your family dynamic is, your birth family dynamic, see that as it gave you something to build on, to learn about yourself. So I have gratitude for a lot of the people and experiences I have in my life, simply because of what they've shown me about my strength to overcome the challenges that I've experienced in my life. However, in the beginning, I was a victim. I mean, I would say I had chosen the victimhood role for a long part of my life. I didn't see any gratitude in that. I didn't feel any gratitude for anything that I was experiencing. And then it just gets tired. Like, I hate being a victim because it's like feeling like a victim can feel like redemption in a way. Like, I didn't deserve that. And then you meet people on your path who agree with you, and then you feel redeemed because they validated the pain that you were going through. And we don't want to stay there because there's no growth that comes out of that if we stay in the victim places. So when I have gratitude for what it's shown me, something shifts for me, because I no longer stay in that place. And I often have dreams of other people and things that they're going through, or I have dreams about myself and how people are responding to me. And there are many times when I wake up in the morning and I'm like, ugh, like, what the F was that? And then it's like, thank you for showing me, like, right? Like, thank you for showing me the truth about this person, even though that did not feel good. And if you have psychic abilities, you may also experience this in your dream time and then wake up and be like, what the, what the heck was that? Without cussing on air. And still we can wake up, thank you for showing me the truth about this person. And I had this experience recently where I woke up from I would say more like a nightmare about somebody who wishes me dead, who wants to have me not exist anymore. Okay. And the attack was vicious and scary and sad, because I was like, wow, this person really doesn't like me. They might say that they love me, but really deep down inside, they don't feel that way. And I was seeing this in the dream. and how they were also using other people and wanting to manipulate my presence to change other people's thoughts about me. I was really saddened by that experience and seeing how much this person dislikes me. And then I just changed as quickly as I could without staying in that sadness and that hurt and the rejection for too long. I went into the Ho'oponopono prayer, which is, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, with intent. And I don't know why this person hates me so much. I just know that if there's anything in the connection between us, soul connection between us that has this experience show up, I want to heal it as quickly as I can for both of us. So I just went into that quickly, and then I cleared my energy because it was very toxic and like sabotage energy. And I was just like, let me just send that back to where it came from and also transmute it. So something else I like to do when I feel negative energy coming towards me, I like to, first of all, if it's not mine, it's not mine. You know, there's a lot of people, we all do this. We project something at another. We've all done this in our lifetimes, and being responsible and not allowing it to fester or sending something back with a vengeance can easily be transmuted with love. So instead of wanting to send that back, I send things back to the original creators that's not mine, and I transmute it with love. Because if there's any type of reflection going on that I need to look at, I'm going to want to transmute it all with love. So whatever comes into my field is filled with love. Don't we want that? Yes, we do. We want the softness, the ease, the joy, and the love, pure love that comes with who we truly are. That's remembering who we are. We are built on the foundation of love. So let's bring that pure love back in, no matter what is going on around us. So going back to gratitude. So I was grateful when I woke up from this dream to be shown the truth of this person's thoughts about me, even if it felt icky. I mean, that's like a soft term to explain how it really felt. And I also don't want to stay in that sadness. So I'm grateful. I have gratitude for my dreams that showed me the truth about this person. And also in your life, when you meet people who challenge you, just have gratitude for them because they're showing you the edge of your boundaries. They're showing you where the edge of your boundaries are and lie. Okay, where you're like, you know, like whatever that is that you're feeling about somebody, like even if you're like, that kind of like, I wanna, that kind of a thing. They are teaching you how to set clear boundaries for yourself. And I've often said this in the past, that the boundaries for yourself keep in love for yourself. You want to have boundaries for yourself. And basically, it's like, you know when someone disrespects you, right? If you have a boundary around a certain feeling of respect and what respect feels like for you. And when someone disrespects you, you know it because you have that boundary. You have that understanding of what respect is for you. So when someone taps on that boundary or knocks it over, and they don't give a F about respecting you in some way, you feel it right away. So we can have gratitude for that experience so that we know the next time, no, this is not gonna fly, okay? We can have gratitude for understanding how far out do our boundaries lie, and do we need to bring them in closer to preserve more love for ourselves first and foremost. So let's talk about what gratitude is not, okay? Gratitude is not a blanket statement without feeling. And we can be thankful all day long for things, and until you actually feel that gratitude, then it's just a word. It has no energy in it, right? Like, we say things all the time, and our words do have power in them. Also, though, recognize when something has more power in it, more intent. You can feel the energy when there's more intent behind certain words. So we're not saying like, and I say we, I'm like talking with my team, my spiritual team, like affirmations, right? We could be saying affirmations all day long and nothing changes. Or we can feel the affirmation before we actually say it. We can read it so that we understand it. And also, we don't want to say things that we don't align with in our fields, like in our bodies, because there are plenty of affirmations out there that you might not actually align with. So you want to actually read it first, feel it. Does it feel true for you? And then, if it does, you can speak it or speak it to yourself, either out loud or to yourself, and really feel the words. Gratitude, though, like, oh, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that, la, 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 you know, like a lot of times we just go about our day and we're not actually consciously speaking words with intention. And again, that's where I would say gratitude is not a blanket statement for everything that goes wrong in your life or anything that goes right in your life. Like, I have a beautiful home I live in, and I'm grateful for it. And I also know that I'd like to live in different places around the world. Like, having gratitude for something doesn't mean that nothing can change. Our paths on this earth, in our lives, it has this natural evolution of wanting and yearning for something better. And that is good, because who wants to stay stuck in things that don't work for them? So if people say anything to you critical, like, aren't you happy with what you have? Or isn't what you have enough? Like, I'm a single person and I like a 2-bedroom. I don't necessarily maybe need a 2-bedroom, but I like having the space. I feel like I can relax. I don't want to be cooped up in I used to live in a studio apartment. You know, I have, graduated throughout my life. I've lived in studio apartments. I've had 1-bedrooms. I've had, I just know that as I keep going, I want to continue to grow and expand. So no matter what kind of critical information comes through from another about you and where you are on your life's path and your journey, only you know what it is that you want or need or how you want to evolve. And we can be grateful for all of it. We can be grateful for the people who challenge us. We can be grateful for the people who challenge us and also love us just as we are. And we can be grateful for the friendships that fall apart. And we can be grateful for the friendships that stayed where they were for so long. There's so much we can logistically authentically be grateful for. So I'm grateful for the home that I have. And I'm also really grateful for all the places I've lived before the place that I'm in currently. Like, you could see the stepping stones, right, to where I am now, how it matches. Like, it matches how I've grown, how I like to enjoy life, and all the different paths that I've taken to get to where I am now. So we don't want to say thank you for things that we don't really mean. We do want to look at how can we authentically be thankful for things. Like, has anybody asked you to apologize to somebody, but you really didn't mean it? Or it didn't feel authentic to say, I'm sorry? Yeah. So if you're saying thank you to somebody, even though you really don't mean it, like, how many times have people given you gifts and you're like, what am I going to do with this? Like, they wanted the gift for themselves. Like, how many times did people give you gifts and you were like, do they know me? Like, where in my life is this going to work? And you feel like they bought the gift because that's what they wanted, right? So how do we say thank you authentically in that moment? Well, you can say, thank you for thinking of me. I appreciate the fact that you wanted to give me a gift, or that you felt like you wanted to buy this for me. You can just start there. And then you can just pass on the gift, like gift it to somebody else. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If there's something that you're not going to enjoy fully, you can re-gift it to somebody else and just say, thank you. Thank you for coming into my life. And I feel like you would have a better home elsewhere. What's wrong with that? And so being grateful for things big and small, you can always usually find something true and authentic to be grateful for in that moment. And I would encourage you to look at all the different areas of your life, the ones that you haven't been grateful for, the ones that you have been grateful for, and just say thank you to all of it. Okay? Like, everything that it took for you to get to where you are today is a big freaking deal. Okay? If you are still alive on this planet Earth, it's a big freaking deal. So be grateful for all the things that you had to experience to get to where you are right now. It is a big deal. And you're going to want to continue on that path, even if it feels still so stinking hard. Okay? And some of you might be feeling like it's time for me to leave the earth. Like, I'm ready to transition. When you're ready to transition, when you feel like authentically, like, you could be in your 60s, you could be in your 80s, you could be 110. It doesn't matter really where you are. You authentically may know at some point in time, like, I'm ready to transition and move on into my next, whatever that is. Because I've done the work that I wanted to do here. I feel good about the work that I've done here. I feel loved. I have love for myself. And this is also key, okay? I'm sharing this because this was a part of my book where some of us, and I'm included, okay, have definitely had suicidal thoughts. And because life on planet Earth is not an easy school. It's not an easy place to be. And depending on what types of challenges you've had growing up, or even right now, you may feel like you're ready to transition. Like, let's go, let's transition, okay? But if you are not feeling loved, if you are wanting to transition because of the lack of love in your life, this is not the time to go. That's not the way that, I would say it's not the way to go. The way to transition, the best possible way to transition is feeling full, amazing love for yourself. Like, I lived an amazing life. I loved my life. I love my life. And I feel like I've done all that I wanted to do. I have family and friends that love me. I feel good. I feel nurtured. I feel taken care of. I am ready now. That's how we ultimately and preferably would like to go and leave this earth, is when it's like a job well done, right? And if we are choosing that we want to transition before that time comes, it's likely that you haven't finished a certain section that needs to be transmuted and transformed, and you're just going through a really difficult period. And what I would say to you, if you're feeling that way watching this, please reach out for help. Please do not be afraid to ask for help. Okay? So mental health issues has a bit of a stigmata, if that's the right word. I would say your mental health depends on how much you can love yourself fully and completely. So if you're feeling down on your luck and you feel insecure, you could reach out for a therapist, have someone help you, like, pull you out of that, because you're so much more than you're giving yourself credit for. You're so much more than the place wherever you are being a victim in your life than you are. And let's let the victim feeling exist for less time. Okay, so definitely, if you're feeling like you don't want to do this anymore, but you're also feeling really down on yourself, please speak to a therapist, reach out to somebody to help you and pull you out of that. And there's nothing like crazy or wrong with you for having those feelings or those thoughts, is what I want you to know. When I was growing up, I definitely had thoughts that I wanted the universe just to naturally do it in an easy way, taking me out, because I couldn't deal with high school, for example. High school was a really challenging time for me. And I just thought, this would be so easy if like something naturally occurred, but nothing naturally occurred. I would have had to do it myself. And I couldn't bring myself to do that, because maybe I felt like I knew that it's not the time for me to go, and I have more to live, and I will get through this. And I did, obviously, right? So, even if you're experiencing really challenging times in your life, please do not stay there. You are greater than your worst enemy. Truly, you are greater than your worst enemy. You have more power than you realize. And there's more love for yourself waiting to be discovered than you can see right now. So please, 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 if you're feeling down on your luck, don't give up. Okay? And if you are watching this video, I'm so grateful for you that you are watching this. And I hope that it will help you in some way. And we are more powerful than we realize, and we have more energy to help us on this side and on the other side. Like, if you have family members who have crossed over and passed on, they are cheering for you. I promise you, they want you to succeed. They want you to live. They have lived their lives, right? They have changed form, and they wouldn't want you to stay in the misery of missing them and miss out on your life that you still have to live. So please, however you can, remember yourself, your heart, your being. Like, you chose to be here. You chose to be on earth at this time. Whatever the lessons are that you have, you're going to learn them, and then you're going to teach them to others. That is your gift, to teach what you've learned on your path and on your journey to others, just like I am doing with you. And we all have something to teach one another. And we all have gifts, like, how do we say the G-I-F-T? Do we pronounce the D? Gifts. Okay. We all have these wonderful presents for our presence here on earth, right? That's so much easier to say. And it makes a lot of sense. We all have these presents wrapped in nice boxes. Sometimes there's not love inside, but we can still transform it into something beautiful and re-gift it to somebody else, which is my life's path and purpose, it seems. So if I can do it, I feel like you can too. And I know everybody has their own journey. So what am I grateful for in this moment? I am so grateful that I had the courage to start this podcast. Okay, I have definitely been through my own deep, dark shadows of being present and having a presence in the world publicly. And I took a lot of time. Let's see. I was living on Maui and I was on the FM radio stations there doing live readings on air. And I received a lot of pushback from people in the islands about my work being public. And I opened an office there and I had a lot of hate and animosity from people on the island there about me doing my work. And all I wanted to do was be of service. I had no intention other than to be a loving presence on the islands. And it was really difficult and sad because I just wanted to be of service. That was my end goal. Like, I've learned all these amazing presents, right? Because I want to call them that. I have in my childhood always been very sensitive, could hear and feel spirits and things beyond. And then I just owned it and honed it, okay, with the H. Like, I really learned my craft, and then I brought this as a service in my service on Maui. And I was just there to help people, but I was challenged, and it was the place for me to sort of build a backbone, to stand up for myself and speak up for myself and know that I deserved to be there until I chose that I didn't want to fight anymore. I just got exhausted. It was like, who wants to live in a place where they're constantly fighting people or like feel like they're constantly on the defense of who they are? And so that was why I left Maui. But I love Maui. Maui was amazing. The Hawaiian Islands are amazing. And I felt very much in connection with the land there. And the Hawaiians, like, it wasn't really the Hawaiians that gave me pushback so much as other mainlanders who had moved there. And that was interesting. So I'm not saying any of this to be a victim of my circumstances in Maui. It's quite the opposite. I was super, super, super grateful to the people who encouraged me or aligned with my path at that time and opened up their spaces to me for me to step into. Like, there was a woman, when I was moving there, she opened up her garage and said, you can ship your boxes and I will house them for you until you get here. And I was like, wow, like the path was just opening for me. So I stepped into something that helped me grow. And there were people there who supported me to do that. And so I was so grateful. And there was one time I slept on a girl's sofa because I was like, I don't know where to live. I don't know where to stay. I don't know this island at all. And she's like, just sleep here and we'll figure it out tomorrow. And I was like, oh my God, so grateful. So no matter what types of challenges we meet on our paths, there are always people who are going to help us and we're going to figure it out, even if it's a hard season of our lives. And so I was super grateful for the experiences that I had on Maui. Were they really challenging? Yes, they were. Like, I'm just thinking of what that part of my life was like. It was confronting. It was confronting is what it was. And I lived on Maui. Like, oh my God, it's so beautiful out there. And I just felt like I felt connected with the land. I felt connected with the ancestry of the land. And I was so grateful for that experience. And for however long I was there, I was just grateful that I was able to be there. Like, I had the courage to move there. And then I had the courage to move to Kauai. And that was difficult too. And still though, I woke up in the morning and I would go walk on the beach in Hanalei, and good God, that was gorgeous. Like, what an amazing time of my life. Even with all of the shadow work that I had to work through, I still was so grateful to be there because the scenery, it's just stunning. Like, there are parts of this earth that are just gorgeous. And if you haven't been out of your hometown, I encourage you to buy that plane ticket if you've been thinking about it, and go for it and go experience different parts of the earth, because, oh my God, there's so much beauty in this world. So now, wherever you are in your journey and on your path, I encourage you to be grateful for the little things and the big things, whatever they are. And then when you feel like you're being confronted in a certain area of your life, check that. What's hitting up against your boundary? What are you ready to change? What can you say, thank you for showing me this, and I want to go in this direction, right? You've been here for so long. Let's go that way. Let's go in another direction. And it might take a while for you to get there, and you'll find your way. So we are grateful for all the big things in our lives, yes, and we're grateful for the things that don't feel so good, because they teach us where our boundaries are and what needs to change, so we can be grateful for that. And we also don't want to just blanket everything with a thank you, without intention and power. You want to feel the thank you. You want to feel the gratitude. You want to share that with others as well. So you can find out more about my work, thehappychannel.com. And this is basically my place, my home, where I express myself, where I write a lot. So if you still like to read, please visit thehappychannel.com for basically notes from my heart and also my mind. It's like a flushing out. I have a thought of something I want to share with you. I'm going to write it and put it in a blog post, and it will live on thehappychannel.com, because my way of channeling my joy is through writing. It is through sharing, and I like to share that with you. So if you're interested, please visit. And otherwise, I will see you in the next episode of the Wisdom Channel, where we are bringing love to ourselves on this playground. See you next time. Thank you for being here. I'm Lisa Eve, and this is the Wisdom Channel, Bring Love to the Playground. New episodes air every second and fourth Thursday. You can watch more on YouTube at Lisa Eve, or listen on all your favorite podcast platforms. To find out more about me and my work, visit thehappychannel.com, where all paths lead back to self-love and joy. And if you're on a journey of healing and self-discovery, my book, The Love Channel, Finding Your Way to Happiness, is waiting for you on Amazon. Until next time, be gentle with yourself, keep your heart open, and remember, you have the power to heal.